The cleanup will take weeks after a storm hit the Ottawa region and many parts of Ontario on Saturday. Now, more than 48 hours later, damage is still being assessed, the extent of destruction still becoming apparent. About 36 roadways across the city are closed due to fallen debris. Some might not reopen for weeks. Hydro Ottawa says at its peak, about 190,000 customers were left without power, making up about half of their base. Their electrical grid was completely destroyed, with 120-kilometer-an-hour winds knocking down anything in its path. They say the damage left behind is worse than the ice storm of 1998 or the tornadoes which hit the region in 2018.
The damage assessment is still underway. We've done a good chunk of it now, but still quite a bit to go as far as full damage assessment of all of the areas involved. We are looking at prioritizing what needs to be done so that we can get crews and resources on those affected areas and bring back as many customers as possible.
We've made our way over to Capitol Drive, where, as you can see, the destruction has continued. This is the roof of this building, which has completely blown off. But the devastation is even worse. Whenever we pan over this way, this is what's left of the roof that was at one time on top of that building. Parts of the Pine Glen neighborhood off of Merivale Road received a significant chunk of the damage. Large trees, some close to 100 years old, fell onto power lines, creating a tangled mess. The industrial area near Slack saw multiple roofs blown off and construction material was scattered everywhere. With chimneys still intact, the power of the wind ripped them off like a sheet of paper. Windows were blown in and some buildings now look inhabitable. A block away, St. Monica School will remain closed for at least another week after a chunk of its roof was blown off and a tree fell across the front. Crews have been on site throughout the day clearing the debris, hoping students can soon return back to the classroom. Plans were for virtual learning to take place on Tuesday, but with so many people still left in the dark, both the Ottawa Catholic School Board and Ottawa Carleton District School Board have cancelled classes. Hydro Ottawa says crews have been brought in from the Greater Toronto Area, Kingston, and even as far as New Brunswick to help restore the power grid.
As Mayor Watson pointed out, it will be more than likely a 3 to 4 day event. So certainly our efforts are 100% on this restoration. All of our resources are on it. There's very little, if any, other work that's going to be happening. We'll be focusing on the restoration across the city.
Well, as you can tell, I am again standing on a very dark street tonight. This is night 3 without power here in the city of Ottawa. You might be able to hear the sound of a few generators around me, and we still don't have a clear answer as to when power might be fully restored. Now, Hydro Ottawa has given the rough estimate of 2 to 4 days. However, that's of course depending on what they find. They've already said this is something like they've never seen before, noting the damage is significant. Charlie, CI2IN News, Ottawa.